Now, comparisons of 5 kingdoms. There are 5 kingdom classifications we are going back. 5 kingdoms are there. Now, the 5 kingdoms we are going to, we are now going to compare. First kingdom, second kingdom, third, fourth, fifth. What are the differences? What are the similarities like that? This kingdom was proposed by Ramnad. We have studied Orange, Whitaker in 1969. Now, we are going to see one tablet column. In the tablet column, 5 kingdoms are given. Now, what are the 5 kingdoms? Munira. Second kingdom, Protista. Third kingdom, Fungi. Fourth kingdom, Plantae. Last kingdom, Animalia. Now, what are the criteria we are going to compare? We have to see that. Cell type. What type of cells they have? Whether they are having prokaryotic cell or eukaryotic cell. You know what is the meaning of prokaryotic? The cell with simple or unorganized nucleus. That is called the prokaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell means a cell with well-organized nucleus. Now we will take cell type. In Munira prokaryotic, nucleus is not well-organized. In all other 4 groups, the cells are well-organized, having well-organized nucleus. Now we are coming to the level of organization, body organization. What is the level? Whether it is made up of single cell or many cell, based on that. In Munira, all the organisms are unicellular. Only one cell is there in the body. In Protista also, all the organisms are having single cell in the body, unicellular. But in fungi, if you take unicellular and multicellular, both will be. The body of some fungi, if you take unicellular, for example, in lower classes you might have studied about yeast cells. Yeast cells are unicellular. Then mushrooms are coming under multicellular. So the organisms may be unicellular or multicellular. But if you take the plants, they are having cells. Cells joined together from tissues. Tissues joined together from various types of organs. For example, in a root, the root is having main root, primary root. It is an organ. The secondary roots are organs. Leaf is an organ, stem is an organ, branch is an organ. Like that, organs will be there. Tissues and organs will be present. Then the Animalia also the same way. Tissues, organs and organ systems will be there. Always animals are having systems. Digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system. That means organs joined together form organ system. So that is the level of organization in animals. Third one, we are going to see the cell wall. Now if you take plant cells, cell wall will be present. Animal cells, cell wall will not be present. So in the 5 kingdoms, which are the kingdoms that are having cell wall, which are not having cell wall, we have to see. So cell wall, presence or absence. Now Munira, the cell wall is present. But the cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan, one chemical substance. Peptidoglycan. Peptido means protein. Glycan means glucose. So protein and glucose join together form peptidoglycan and mucopeptide. What is the meaning of mucopeptides? Peptides means protein, muco means mucus. Mucus and the protein will be present. So everything mixed up together form the cell wall. But in the Protista, if you take second kingdom, cell wall is present in some. In some organisms, cell wall will be present. In some organisms, the cell wall is absent in others. In other organisms, suppose the cell wall is present in some organism. What it is made up of? It is made up of cellulose. Only one chemical substance called cellulose. But in other organisms, the cell wall is absent, so we need not worry about it. Not chemical is present in it. So that is the fungi. The cell wall is present 100%. All the fungi are having cell wall in the cell. Now the cell wall is present. It is made up of chitin, chitin, chitin. It is one chemical substance. Or it is made up of cellulose. Any one. Chitin will be present or cellulose will be there. Any one will be present. Planting, green plants we are taking. In all green plants, the plant cells are having cell wall. Cell wall is present. It is made up of cellulose. Completely, it is made up of cellulose. But in animal cells, the cell wall is completely absent. Now we are coming to the next criteria. Nutrition. I already told that nutrition means getting food, acquiring food. That is called nutrition. Nutrition is very important for 3 major functions. One is for the growth of the body. Second one is for getting energy for various activities. And the third one is keeping the body in a healthy condition. That is the nutrition, acquiring food. Now, autotrophic. What is the meaning of autotrophic? They can prepare their own food material in Munira. You can see. They are autotrophic. That means they can prepare their own food. So they may be, how they are preparing the food? Phototropic, that means by photosynthesis they are preparing the food. Another one is chemotropic. Now sunlight is not used. Phototropic means sunlight is used. But chemotropic, energy is taken from some chemicals present in the outside. So with the help of the energy from the chemicals, they are preparing their own food. That is called a autotropic. In the two methods of the phototropic nutrition, chemotropic nutrition. Heterotropic nutrition. I already told the heterotropic means they cannot prepare their own food, but they have to get the food from the surrounding, what is available. That is called a heterotropic. In that, special things will be there. One is parasitic. There are certain parasites living inside the body of other organisms. One example is in our intestine, tapeworm is a living, roundworm is a living. The roundworm is a parasite, our body is a host. So they get food from the host, that is called a parasite. Any parasite, even plants are having parasite. There are certain organisms living inside the body of the plant. That organism is a parasite, the plant, being plant is a host. So they derive food from the host. And the saprophytic, it is peculiar. There are certain organisms in Munira, unicellular, they take decayed organic matter from the surrounding. If any organism is consuming the decayed organic matter, it is called a saprophytic nutrition. That method is called a saprophytic nutrition. So that is for Munira. Now we are coming for Protista. What type? Autotropic. Okay, the autotropic means self-preparation of food material. What are the things like previous one? Photosynthetic. By using light, they are preparing the food. And also, the next method is heterotropic. They are collecting the food from the surrounding. So, it is both autotropic and heterotropic. In the autotropic, photosynthetic method is followed. Now we are coming to fungi. They are non-green plants. So, they are always a heterotropic. They cannot prepare their food by photosynthesis. Chlorophyll is needed for photosynthesis. So, the chlorophyll is absent. So, they cannot prepare their food. So, they are heterotropic. They are collecting the food from the surrounding. Even in the fungi, if you take, some are parasites. They are living inside the body of other plants or animals. Fungi, parasitic. Or saprophytic. Just before I told about what is the meaning of saprophytic. Deriving the dead and decayed organic matter from the surrounding. So, getting food that is which is dead and decayed organic matter is saprophytic nutrition. So, parasitic and saprophytic nutrition you can find in this heterotropic. Now we are coming to plantain. Plantain means all green plants. They are having chlorophyll, any type of chlorophyll. Now they can prepare their own food. So they are called autotropic. The method of getting food is preparing the food by photosynthesis. Synthesis means preparation of starch. Photo means sunlight. Preparing the starch in the presence of sunlight. So the green plants are always living in sunlight, under sunlight. So they can get more energy and they can prepare more food. That is autotropic. Animals. Animals' body is not having any chlorophyll, no green color pigment. So we cannot prepare our own food material. So we are not autotropic. Then we are always heterotropic. We are always gathering the food what is available in our surrounding. That is called a heterotropic. In that one major method is there. That is called a holozoic. What is the meaning of holozoic? We have to say. Majority of the animals are swallowing the food through the mouth. What is available in the surrounding. That is called a holozoic. Everybody, including us, we are holozoic. Majority of the animals are swallowing the food material. That is called a holozoic. That is about nutrition, comparison. Now we are coming to motility. Motility means movement. How the organisms are moving from one place to another. That is called the motility. That is, Munira, if you take, they are motile. Motile means able to move from one place to another. Or non-motile. That means they are fixed with one particular place. They cannot move of their own from one place to another. So motile means they can move of their own from one place to another. Non-motile means unable to move. Protista also the same way. Motile or non-motile. Fungi, non-motile. They cannot move. They are always fixed with one particular place. Then plantain, mostly non-motile. Mostly non-motile. They are fixed with the soil. But some plants are living in water. They can move. Only that. So that it is mostly non-motile. Animals, mostly non-motile. Even here also, some organisms are attached with the substrata. Already in the first topic, introduction topic we have studied, there is the sponges. The sponges are the organisms, animals. They cannot move. They are always attached with the substrata. So most of the animals are moving from one place to another, but some are not. So that it is given mostly. We are coming to the last one, organisms. What are the examples for each group we have to see? Monera, the examples will be Archaea, Eubacteria, Cyanobacteria. They are called blue-green algae. Now they are not bacteria. They are not bacteria. They are called Cyanobacteria, blue-green algae. Actinomycetes and the Mycoplasma. They are all primitive microorganisms. All these things are the example for Monera. Now Protista, second group called the Protista. In the Protista, the examples will be Rhizophytes, one type of algae. Dinoflagellates, they are also algae. Euglenoids, they are also unicellular organisms. Slime mold means they are also microorganisms but non-green microorganism. Amoeba, animal. Then Plasmodium, it is also an animal. Then Trypanosoma. The Trypanosoma is the Plasmodium already we have studied in virology. In the microorganisms. That is malarial parasite. And also Trypanosoma, it is also one protozoan, unicellular animal. Now this amoeba, Plasmodium and the Trypanosoma, even Euglena, like that some are there. All these things are the animals, these are the plants, but all are microscopic and unicellular, coming under Protista. Fungi, best examples will be yeast, unicellular fungi. I already told you, mushrooms, varieties of mushrooms you can find, and molds. The molds are found in the decayed bread. Suppose bread, the slices are there. When once that it is becoming wet, now some black color or brown color things are growing. They are called molds. They are all coming under fungi. They are not green plants. Plantain, any type of plant you can see. Algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperms. These are the various groups of plant kingdom. Under the subkingdoms are there. So they are all various groups. All are green in color. They are coming under kingdom plantain. Animalia, various types of animals are there. Sponges, just as I told you, they are unable to move. They are attached with the substratum. They are living in the seashore where the rocks are immersed. With the rocks they are attached. They are called sponges. Invertebrates means there are so many animal groups. They are not having backbone. Such animals are coming under invertebrates. Invertebrates are coming under. Then vertebrates, animals with the backbone. All are coming under this group. Sponges, invertebrates and vertebrates. All these things are the examples for Animalia. Thus we have completed the classification. Now it is easy for us to study each group and also with a lot of comparisons and evolutionary sequences. So the classification is very, very important. Thank you. God bless.